Hi guys, this is FFAN 16 and welcome to a amazing video in my opinion. Dinkum is now in its 1.0 release cycle. It's officially a full game. It's been something that I've been enjoying for a couple years now. I'm absolutely adore Dinkum. We've been playing it on our Sunday night live streams and I've been posting them as an LP here up on the channel. But I wanted to share with you guys what is coming down in the 1.0 release of the game. So we're gonna head over to the webpage that has some details. Again, all the sources that I use in my videos are down in the description below. Please go read the original source and we'll discuss, and maybe we'll go into the game and take a look at what 1.0 has to offer that we haven't seen yet, since we haven't played Dinkum on a Sunday night yet since 1.0 has released. Let's dive in. We are over on the fandom page for Dinkum, and I just scrolled about halfway down, not even like a third of the way down the web page, just to get into what is the new features that is coming with Dinkum 1.0. So let's take a look and see what's becoming available now that the game is in its full release cycle. It's going to introduce a creative mode. Players can open their inventory and access the creative toolbar. Players can search and add items to their inventory. Players can swap to the time weather tab to adjust the in-game clock and weather. Oh, that is cool. Players can spawn animals into the world. So this is a lot of the creative mode here. I'm not too sure how it will impact the non-creator mode. When switching to creative mode, Steam achievements will be permanently disabled. So like most games, when you kind of can cheat the system a little bit by spawning in items instead of creating them naturally, they're going to turn off the achievements for Steam for that save file. So please choose carefully. What I would suggest is make a duplicate save file or simply start a new creative version of the game if you don't want your current save file to get permanently prevented from getting trophies within the game. The Steve achievement system is currently in preparation. Further details will provide at a later date. Oh, for the creative mode. Okay, so what I'm getting from what it's saying here is the creative mode will have achievements, but it is still being worked on. Don't quote me on this. It's just my interpretation. If you guys have another interpretation, please leave me a comment down below. Love to hear from you. When selecting a save for a single player mode, players can press the cog icon to switch to default or creative mode. That's cool. So it sounds like you can switch back and forth, but again, I'm not too sure if that will impact the achievements. We're definitely gonna have to try this out. The town bell has been added. Ooh, a town bell. The town bell deed is unlocked after completing the town hall, which we definitely are on in our LP. The town bell can be rung by interacting with it or hitting it with a weapon or tool. Once the bell has been rung, all players currently on the island can see an icon for each villager on their map. These icons last for 30 seconds. Interesting. It's almost like a villager location beacon. Now you don't have to worry about Fletch getting lost and wandering off somewhere. Oh, Fletch, you and your craziness. Okay, let's see what else. A bug terrarium has been added. Oh, so is that girl who likes us to catch bugs going to have her own little shop? Terrariums will create cocoons when butterflies, moths, and spiders are placed into them. Oh, no. This is actually an item. Players can place the cocoons into a spinning wheel to produce silk. Oh my goodness, that is so cool. The bug terrarium recipe is unlocked when the players reach level 30 in bug catching. Okay. I guess I should be doing more bug catching. It's not one of the funnest things for me. New guest houses have been added. The number of guest houses, extra homes that can be built, has been increased from 3 to 4. All right, so we're going to have an extra player in our village. They can be rented out. Oh, looks like we got a section that says guest house can now be rented out. Players can buy a rental sign from John's Goods and place it at the door of a guest house to rent it out. So you got the empty guest house, you get a sign from John, you put it out there and you say, place for rent. Interactions with the sign once it's placed will allow players to check the current rent, and rent is automatically calculated by scoring the interior decorations of the home. So if you make the home look pretty, it's going to be more money to rent it out. If the sign is placed there, one of the 4 new villagers will move in the next day. Oh, that is cool. The rent will be left on the small counter by the door of each guest house every Wednesday morning. Another way to make money. We could be rental landlords. Players can take guest houses on and off the market whenever they wish. Oh, all right, for this is really cool. This is for people who are kind of playing Dinkum and don't have others that want to join them at the time. They could still build these guest houses, and before they just sat empty. They were just aesthetics to your town to have more houses, but now they actually have a purpose. You could get this sign from John, put it outside, get some villagers coming and going and paying your rent. Extra income is always great in this game. So, because now that we can rent out the guest houses, there has been 4 new villagers added. So, more ways to get more people into your town. I'm loving it. I can't wait to meet who these 4 new villagers are. There's also a new vehicle. A plane has been added. So you have to get a pilot's license. I'm assuming the same way. You got to just get those license points up. And the plane flies faster than the helicopter, but cannot hover in place, of course. The plane can land and float on water. That is cool. Franklin can craft if he learns the recipe by giving him enough old discs and completing the Birkenham mission. Players who have met these requirements may need to offer Franklin at least 1 shiny disc for him to discover the recipe. All right, so it's not just given to you. You actually have to unlock the plane. That is interesting. Ooh, gold ore and nuggets have been added. When the island is experiencing a heat wave, there's a chance to dig up this very valuable treasure. So gold ore is dependent, or gold ore and nuggets are dependent on a heat wave. Oh my goodness. Villagers now have inventories. Villagers have their own inventory that can be accessed through a dialogue option when hanging out with them. Players can give villagers helpful tools to use while hanging out. While hanging out, they will use items from their own inventory to assist the player depending on the situation. When hanging out with a villager, they will rush over and revive the player if they're nearby when the player is passed out. How reliable. So it looks like hanging out with your villager friends is going to be a lot more beneficial to you, and they're going to have an ability to assist you better if you're struggling or if you simply need them to do something when they're hanging out with you. That is awesome. Villagers can now wear clothing. Villagers can change into clothing in their inventory, so be sure to think about what they would like to wear the next time they ask you for new clothes. So if you're like me, you just hand them whatever extra clothing you don't want. But now if they actually have the clothing you gave them, they'll wear it. And it sounds like if you know their character type, it's best to give them something that they would appreciate. This is going to be hilarious if you give a character something that is totally against their personality type and they wear it. That is awesome. Villagers now have new types of requests. Good. So I don't have to go and get another billionth fly for them. New dialogue has been added to decrease repetition for most villagers' requests. Although that was kind of beneficial to me just because I was being a little lazy. And when they do want to fly, that is one of the easiest things for me to go and get. They may ask players to collect specific items depending on the season. Okay. So it definitely looks like the development here has been very much focused on how our villagers interact in our village, giving them a little bit more personality, having more onus to being able to have a means to help the character, and also giving them a chance to be individualistic to their character types. So that is pretty interesting. I cannot wait to interact with these guys and get a new feel for who they are as our NPCs. Villagers now have random behaviors. Villagers now behave more naturally, eating random items from their inventory, fishing in the river, or catching bugs. When villagers have conversations with each other, they may occasionally show speech bubbles or emotes. Oh my goodness, that's gonna be so cute! If the player is nearby, they can read the dialogue. Ooh, I wonder what Franklin's gonna say. He's an ass. Okay, so this is the end of whatever's new. 3 new outfits have been added. 19 new features and decoration items have been added. Cool. 2 new bridges have been added. 15 new cassettes have been added. So that is all that is new that is coming with the 1.0 update. Let's see what has changed and been refined within the 1.0 update. Changes. Island permission settings have been changed in multiplayer mode. So in multiplayer mode, the host of the game can access island permissions via the settings tab. The host can set their default permissions if it's a visitor's first time on the island. If they have already visited the island, their permissions will be set to their last save value. So it sounds like you could do this for each individual visitor that you have coming to your island. The host can change a current visitor's permission by clicking the cog item in the visitor list. And it is changeable. Okay, creative. Players have access to the creative toolbar. Host must also be in creative to see this. Otherwise, all players will not have access. So multiplayer mode, if you want to do creative, the host has to be in it to allow the visitors to go into it. Open containers. Players can open chests and interact with their content. I thought we could before, but maybe there was a limitation to multiplayer. I haven't personally played too much multiplayer with Dinkum, so some of this might be just new information for me. Item pickup / drop. Players can pick up or drop inventory items. Edit housing. Players can decorate the interiors of both the host's house. Oh my goodness, they can mess with my house. You guys, we definitely have to do a multiplayer stream just to mess with each other's houses. Guest house, and they can pick up tile objects. House customization kits can be used to customize the houses. Good lord. Terraforming pathing. Players can dig, plant grass, seeds, and place and pick up pathing. At an island, players can place down and pick up tile objects outside of the house. Interactions with vehicles. Players can use vehicles. Interaction with farm animals. Players can milk, shear, and sell animals. I'm wondering if what they're listing here is the permissions that the host can allow or not allow a visitor to be able to do while within their village. That would be interesting if I can just make somebody only be able to milk, shear, and sell animals and not be able to be my host decorator for the server. Maybe like a specific person that I play with is really good at interior design and I give them only permission to decorate everybody's houses. Let me know in comment below if you guys started playing the 1.0 update, if that's how multiplayer works, because honestly, I will not be in multiplayer for a while, and I'm kind of interested to see what I just listed actually has to interact with multiplayer, so please leave those comments down below. Oh my god, you guys, farm animals can do more than just yell at you and lay eggs and eat. Farm animals can now get dirty or sick. I don't like the fact that they can get sick. I hope I can turn that off. I don't mind if they get dirty, but medicine costs money, I'm assuming. So hopefully, like, I'm probably going to play with them getting sick. It just adds another layer to the game, but I hope that's an option that you're able to turn off when managing your animals. Farm animals will be set to too clean, dirty, or sick depending on their cleanliness. Dirty animals will have brown dust clouds around them, while sick animals will have a green sickness particles. Sick animals do not produce items, of course. Use the animal brush sold at Irwin's Barn. It's about time that that brush had some benefit besides just making your animals love you. Or craft an animal shower at the workbench to manage your farm animals' cleanliness. Ooh, animal shower, that's cute. Take good care of your adorable and precious farm animals, indeed. Wow, there's a lot of stuff here, you guys. Like, this is a very comprehensive list. This is going to be a long video. Boombox can play new tracks by the cassettes. So there's going to be new cassettes. I'm not going to go too far into this, including in NPC shops, mines, and visiting the Trader Jimmy. There's also an adjustable music volume setting. Thank you. Those are such great quality of life. So the recycle bin is going to change. Instead of it just being given to us by John, John is going to teach us the recipe for creating a recycle bin. And we can then now have more than one recycle bin can be placed on the island, but only one has a chance of having something in it on a new day. So you could have more than one, but only one will have an item in it. Items are cleared from all the recycling bins every Thursday. Okay, some more multiplayer by the looks of it. Host action changes. Visitors can now see farm animals in the book. Any quests that gives the player a recipe, nails, and create recipes can now be completed by visitor players so they can help you with your quests. Villager relationship quests such as John's recycling bin or Renee's plant book can also be completed by your guests. However, quests that are town building specific can still only be undertaken by the host player, such as John moving in, unlocking the town hall, and etc. Oh, okay, that does help with the progression of smaller quests that you might be ignoring, so that's cool. Pergola and feastun changes. Other items, decorations can be placed under pergolas and feastuns. Finally, the obstacle detection area for pergolas and feastuns have been changed to the 4-corner tiles. Any tile under it, excluding the corners, can be decorated. That's nice. Okay, so that was all the kind of updates to existing functionality that they introduced with the 1.0 update, some iterations that made a better quality of life of existing functionality. We're going to go really quickly over the bug fixes. I personally haven't seen too many bugs lately in my Dinkum playthrough, but we'll go through this quick. Fix an issue where some content appears awkwardly or incorrectly in current language environment. Fixes an issue where items, names, and tooltips would appear outside the UI or overlap in current languaging environments. Seems like a lot of language issues, like switching to different language types and how the UI handles it. Fix an issue where the language, okay, that's more language. Fixes an issue where the icon color of some outfits did not match the icon color when worn. Fix an issue where chat input would not appear when using certain languages. Yeah, definitely a lot of language fixing. Fix an issue where riding the Moo Mount did not increase progress by the Giddy Up achievement. That's a good bug to fix. Definitely don't want to lose out on those achievements. Fixed an issue where standing on a wooden double bed made the character appear to be floating. I've had that happen to me. That is awesome. That's fixed. Oh my goodness. I have had that bug. Yes. Fixed an issue where the recipe box was misaligned in the to-do list after using the check ingredients continuously feature. Okay. Fixed an issue where some dragonfly models protrude outside the insect box when placed inside. Okay. So one of those defects I've actually ran into, and that's cool, they fixed it. These other ones are awesome. And yeah, that is everything that is coming out in the 1.0 update to our good old Dinkum. So the patch note was released on the 18th of April. Okay, guys, we looked at the 1.0 update for Dinkum, and since this video is pretty long with the details that are coming out, because it is an amazing amount of detail and updates and bug fixes with the 1.0 release, I'm going to cut the video off here, but I will have a sister video to this one just showing some of the details that we talked about in regards to this article in the game itself. Look forward to that coming out within the next week or two. Besides that, I'm sure we'll see some of these changes on our Sunday night live streams. Thanks so much for watching. Are you guys excited for the 1.0 update to Dinkum? I hope we hear if this is coming out for more platforms besides Steam. If you guys have heard anything, please leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. We are growing, and it's all because of you, my Chocobo Knights. So thank you so much for the support. And as always, guys, happy gaming.